ladies than guys. Now it says maintain your eyebrows. If you fill in your eyebrows with an eyebrow pencil and be sure not to over pluck them, you will look younger. It is amazing how much of the age in our face is related to our eyebrows. Yeah. And the next one, skip a meal each day or fast one day a week. Now this particular tip, though it says skip a meal each day or fast one day a week, you need to be quite careful. There are actually a lot of arguments about this skipping meal business, fasting a day business. You really need to see how it works best for you. I mean, if you don't do it properly, it could lead to other issues like gastritis and other things. So by doing this, you need to also maintain a healthy diet so you don't fall sick. So be very careful with this one. Now this is a simple way to cut down on calories without even really noticing it. If you cut down on calories, you will lose weight. Losing weight means you will look younger. Bravo. And here's the last tip that I'm going to share with you today on this particular topic, and it is something that actually I love the most and I truly believe in, which is to have a positive attitude and smile. Having a positive attitude can cure so many different ailments in life, and it's supposed to generally make you look good, more acceptable, make you feel a lot younger. It's amazing. And also, one of the things practiced in call centers of different firms and organizations is they tell you, before you pick up the phone, smile first, and that itself would give you a positive attitude right throughout the rest of the conversation. So there you have it, some tips on how to make you feel or present yourself a little younger. Of course, if you want to know more about this, you can really go on Google and check it out. Everything's available on the internet these days. Now we're going to go in for a video which is a little bit about sports and basketball, and this is actually what Miami's LeBron James is up to with the NBA series, so check it out.
Miami comes in with 66 wins.
LeBron James scored 27 points on 9 of 11 shooting and added 10 rebounds and 8 assists as host Miami cruised past Milwaukee in Game 1 of a first-round playoff series Sunday night.
Turnover, James the other way. Count it. That is a foul.
Ray Allen chipped in 20 points off the bench and Dwayne Wade scored 16 for the top-seeded Heat, who shot 55.9% from the floor and dominated the second half as they began the pursuit of back-to-back NBA titles.
James sailing in for another.
The way he started the season, what was that, 33 straight games of 20 plus points? You know that here the world is.
Brandon Jennings scored 26 points and Monta Ellis had 22 as the only players in double figures for the 8th-seeded Bucks were the only playoff team that had a losing record in the regular season. James had 15 points in the first half to help Miami grab a 52-45 lead at the break, while the Heat really started to open things up in the third quarter. Chris Bosh highlighted a 11-1 burst early in the period with a three-pointer, and James driving left-handed dunk helped Miami end the third with a 7-0 run and take an 80-65 lead into the fourth.
Ellis and Allen. Crossover.
Got to do that.
Monte.
Especially with Ray Allen guarding Ellis.
Pointer during his career, but he's gone 2 of 3 with Miami. Oh, look at LeBron! Not with the right. He throws it down. James for Anderson.
And now after the dunk, all eyes are on number 6.
James and Chris Anderson took turns getting the crowd onto his feet with some highlight finishes around the rim early in the final quarter, and Allen three-pointer with 5 minutes 54 seconds left pushed it out to 96-73.
Here he comes, and there he goes! Oh, he got great air!
Already I'm half it up. Welcome back. Well, of course, there you go. There's a little bit of something for all you basketball fans out there. Now, I know it's not a sport there which is, followed by majority of Sri Lanka. We as Sri Lankans, we love cricket, but then again there is an actually niche community in this country who follows basketball, and they are die-hard fans of it, especially when you take in the international schools arena. You get a lot of people who are really interested in the sport. I'm going to tell you a little bit about something that actually happened, which is happening in Bangladesh right now. Now you would have heard that there was an 8-story building collapse that happened on Wednesday, but actually it seems to be still going on as they are still looking for survivors, and it's actually hitting news globally. So if you don't know what the story is about, I'm first going to give you a little introduction as to what happened, and then I'm going to tell you what's happening right now. Now, the commercial building which I'm talking about apparently housed 5 garment factories and several shops and a bank, and the collapse occurred on Wednesday morning, as I said, and a day after cracks appeared in the structure. Now, it led the bank to order its employees not to report for work, and the shops were closed because of a strike. But garment workers were told told to come in despite their concerns that the building structure was not sound. Now, Sabah, which is the place where this occurred, about 45 kilometers from the capital, Dhaka, is home to many of the country's more than 4,000 garment factories. And now, Bangladesh is among the top exporters of clothes to the United States and Europe. The industry accounts for 77% of its exports. Now, this is the current situation right now. In any calamity, the first 72 hours are supposed to be critical, and the chances of finding survivors dwindle significantly after that. Now, Sunday, which was yesterday, marks day 4 of a catastrophic building collapse, and miraculously, from the rubble of mangled metal and cement, the living continue to emerge. So actually they're still looking for people who are under those rubbles. Now, authorities rescued 4 people from the crumbled 9-story buildings on Sunday morning, and rumors flew that more have been spotted in a small pocket in the sandwiched structure. Now, if true, the new survivors will add to the growing total of people pulled out alive, which already stands at more than 2,400. Now, and by hope, authorities have decided to delay moving from rescue operations to a recovery line, and right now the death toll stands at 363. So that is the situation with the 8-story building collapse in Bangladesh. We're going to go in for another video, and this is on how Queen Elizabeth II, the Queen of England, how she celebrated her 87th birthday. I'm sorry, actually, we're not going to show that to you right now. We're actually going to show you something else, which is where it seems like a bunch of 6 seal lion pups seem to be washing up 25 miles south of LA, and apparently this is supposed to be puzzling all the wildlife experts. So we're going to show you that first, and later on we're going to show you the video on Queen Elizabeth. Check it out.
Rescue workers at the Marine Mammal Care Center in San Pedro are on overtime and overload after being inundated with 6 sea lion pups that have beached themselves at local Southern California shores. The center, located 25 miles south of Los Angeles, is one of the many rescue hospitals nearing capacity.
Well, since January at our facility, we started seeing an increase in the number of California sea lion pups that were coming in malnourished and underweight. As far as the causes, at this point, it's anybody's guess. We are looking at environmental factors, at disease processes, at food source, but until some more investigation and research is done, anything I could give you would be speculation. That's the head contractor right there.
A federal agency has declared that more sick and dying sea lion pups have stranded themselves on the Southern California beaches so far in 2013 than in the previous 5 years combined. But scientists are still unsure what is afflicting the mammals. The unusual mortality event notice from the National Oceanographic and Atmospheric Administration recently released follows animal rescue groups warning of a large influx of ailing sea lion pups in California. From the beginning of this year, 948 sea lion pups came ashore in Santa Barbara, Ventura, Los Angeles, Orange and San Diego counties, according to figures from NOAA.
The majority of the animals that we've seen this season have been California sea lion pups, and they've been underweight, dehydrated. We've seen some other issues, including flipper lesions and lice, but the big challenge thus far has been nutrition.
Los Angeles County has seen the most strandings this year with 395 according to NOAA. The rehab process for most pups can last up to 90 days before they can be released back to the ocean.
We've had a very good success rate turning these guys around, considering the numbers that we've had. The average stay here is between 1 and 3 months. They need to be evaluated for several criteria before they go. They need to be at a safe reserve weight, they need to be off of medications, and they need to be feeding competitively.
Wildlife experts are continuing to search for clues behind the increase in sick lion pups, adding that at this point there was no signs of such distress in other marine mammals that rely on the same sardines, anchovies, squid and other fish. No other adult sea lions dying at an unusual rate.
Well, there you have it. That is the situation with the sea lions right over there somewhere close to Los Angeles. Now, I know we are not completely familiar with these sea lions and the kind of species, but they seem to be quite cute animals, and it's actually amazing to see, especially countries like this, how they have different units and organizations just to ensure that you know, all sorts of species and animals are kept safe, and we do need it, especially with global warming and other related issues coming up. It is important to preserve these animals, and they are actually giving a lot of attention to it. Whether it's enough attention is still debatable, but still there's a lot of attention to it, which is always a good and positive time. Now we can actually come to the video I was talking about earlier. Unfortunately, there was a little mix-up. I'm really sorry about that, but we are going to now show you about how Queen Elizabeth II celebrated her 87th birthday. Check it out.
Soldiers, horses and guns of the King's troop made their way to London's Green Park on Monday to perform a ceremonial 41-gun salute in honour of the Queen's 87th birthday. The Queen's actual birthday was on April 21st, but in accordance with tradition, the royal salute is not fired on a Sunday but on the following day. The spectacle involved 71 horses pulling 6 First World War era field guns. Each of the guns fire blank artillery rounds at 10-second intervals until 41 shots have been fired. The King's troop often performed ceremonial duties during royal events and state occasions. They provided the gun carriage which carried the coffin of former Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher through the streets of London to St Paul's Cathedral last week. Last month, Queen Elizabeth was admitted to hospital with symptoms of gastroenteritis. She had to cancel several engagements and a trip to Italy, which is very unusual for the monarch. The head of the state, who last year celebrated 60 years on the throne, is known for her robust health. She previously had been hospitalized since 2003 when she had a knee operation. The Queen publicly marks her birthday in June with the Troop in the Colour ceremony performed by the regiments of the British and Commonwealth armies in a tradition dating back to the 17th century.
Well, there you have it, the 87-year-old Queen Elizabeth still looking